Greetings. I hope you're doing well today. To the brothers of the craft, sisters of the order, I hope that this message for today find you doing well. I know some of you will probably see that today's topic is the most hated. Yeah, the most hated. And this is really not well, it can be a Masonic topic. It can be, but today it's a little different because I know that for the most part, over the weekend and this month, a lot of us are celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King and what he stood for, and so we're getting, we're marching in parades, we're celebrating, and for me, I had to rethink some things, and I had to just go back and revisit uh, my life in the years I've been on this rock, my journey. So I had to go back and revisit, and I would say to each of you to do the same. Just go back and revisit some things in your life. Just go back, take a picture, a real quick picture. And we're going to get into a subject that most don't really like to talk about on the Masonic side of things. And it's going to be kind of touchy for some people. It really is. I would say that some people believe that everything is all right, that things are good, things are great, we should be happy and be proud. Uh, and we, some people got that real, giddy feeling, like, yeah, this is great, and that's okay. It's really all right. However, I'm looking at things from a different perspective this evening. Uh, Finding that next month we're going to be celebrating Black History. Finding that pretty soon, even for myself, things are going to change for me, and I'm just really taking a real quick picture. I'm really kind of looking at some things and looking at the reality of what things are, not just my own reality, but a reality for a lot of people in a lot of places in this United States of America. And I'll tell you, we haven't come as long way as many would think, you know. And this could be a Masonic topic, and I'm going to bring that into focus as we get into this picture. And if anyone feels that they want to participate in this subject, if anyone feels that they want to make the phone call and have this conversation with me this evening, they certainly can do so. That number is going to be 619 985 1184. And you're certainly welcome to come on the show tonight. 619 985 1184. Tonight's subject is going to be called The Most Hated. And the reason I say that is because, like most of you who have libraries in your homes and different books that you go and get, and the more you read, the more things change. The more you find out, you don't necessarily look at things the same way anymore. You don't see the same picture that was painted for you in high school and elementary schools. You don't see that picture. The older I get, the more the picture changes. The older I get, the more distorted the picture becomes. So tonight, I wanted to talk about the most hated. And the reason I say the most hated is because Black people, you are the most hated. You are. You can throw out all of your statistics and tell me something different, but you are the most hated. And I say that based on history. I say that based on what's happening right now in many of our lives, in many of our communities. I'm seeing it for what it is. You black people are the most hated, most envied people on the planet. Now, I know some brothers and sisters may say, "Hold on, brother. Hold on, man. You're going too far. You're saying too much. You can't be a Mason and saying, you can't. No. Back up a little bit." Yeah, I get that, but that's not the reality. That's not what's being shown. That's not what's in your face every day. It's not. Sometimes we have to deal with the here and the now. So today we're going to talk about the here and the now. Today we're going to talk about subjects that may be taboo to a lot of Masons, to a lot of Eastern Stars, to a lot of Christians, to a lot of people. This may just be taboo to you. And if you feel that it's taboo, it's okay. Turn the channel, come back, listen to it another time. But sometimes you have to face. And this is what we're going to do today. We're going to explore and we're going to talk about why are we hated and most envied people on the planet, the most loving and most forgiving people on the planet. But yet, we find ourselves in a twilight zone, wanting to be accepted, wanted to be recognized, we want all of that. But we don't want it from each other. You know, we don't want it from each other. We want to be accepted, we want to be recognized, we want to be appreciated, but we don't want it from each other. Then, when you look at how those that came before us, when we look at how they were treated and what's been passed on from generation to generation, we find ourselves that we haven't really made as much progress as we would like to think. We're not really as free as we would like to think. And I know most of you probably already know, but you don't really talk about it. I would imagine that most of you, you know, you're pretty enlightened. You're some smart people. I mean, you know, brothers, you're some smart people, and you know, so it's not hard to put it together. And I'm quite sure you've seen some things that make you go, make you shake your head. And so tonight, as we begin to explore the most hated, the most revered, envied people on the planet, and how does this tie into even Freemasonry? And it is not to pick on or to call out any jurisdiction or anybody, but we're going to look at it for what it is, truthfully, for what it is, not just based on my truth or what I've come across, but let's just let's put the cards on the table. Let's have this conversation tonight. As I said once more, if you want to call in, you're certainly welcome to do so. That number is 619-985-1184. You're certainly welcome to do that. And I would say this, to those of you who personally know me, have conversation with me, I want to say thank you. And please, whatever you do tonight, put a shout out to your lodge. Put a shout out to someone who's helped you along the way into the chat room. Let's do that. Let's recognize those who have come a long way and helped us in this life. So please, in the chat line, do that. You can let's send shout outs to those people, to those individuals who have been a part of our lives, who have assisted and aided us along the way. Just showing some thanks to our ancestors, to our mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers. Can we please do that tonight before you log off? Please, I certainly appreciate it. I think it's great when we can send each other a shout out of love to each other. That's just beautiful. So tonight's topic is Freemasonry, the most hated. So as we begin to open up this dialogue, I started off by this book right here. This book is called The Slave Community. And after going through this book and reading quite a bit of it, it gave me a whole nother way of looking at things and the way we are with each other. And why are we the way we are with each other? Be it you being a Christian, be it you being a Mason, or any other part of any other jurisdiction, part of any other organization you want to proclaim or be part of. A brother sent me something today that was very useful. And I'm going to share with you what he sent with me. I thought that it was nice. It was good. He wanted to share, and I appreciate him sharing. And this is what he said to me. He said that is your religion, don't even call his name tonight, to other organizations, is your church superior to other churches? He said that if they answered yes, then they are judgmental, they are better than others, they are superior to those different than you. And I was like, wow. And then he said, if they say no, then they acknowledge that there's other ways to getting to answers. That's not what he said, but that's the short version. I changed the last word in that, So tonight, have you ever sat down to think to yourself, black man, black woman, Freemason, sister of the Order of Eastern Star, why are you so disliked, so hated around this world? I did. And I've come to the conclusion, my own conclusion, that the reason being is because we're the most innovative people on the planet. With all that we have gone through over the past 400 and some odd years in these Americas, as a people, we shouldn't be, we really shouldn't exist. We really shouldn't. Some may differ. Some may say something like, oh, you crazy. No, I'm not crazy. Go back and read your history. You will find out that through everything that the people of Hugh has gone through, you shouldn't be here. Be it experimentals or experiments on your body, your ancestors' body, be it being taken over by the mob, your homes being taken, your family being destroyed. Everything about you has been taken away from you. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't exist. You shouldn't be able to survive. You shouldn't. That's just that way. Even when they denied us, even when they said you couldn't, we did. Just think about the energy. Think about what it took for those who have come before us to get to a place to say, here I am. Through it all, here I am. I still exist. Through the AIDS virus, through the cocaine crack epidemic, through the syphilis testing, through using x-ray on us, and through all of the torment that we have gone through, we still exist. Our organizations still exist. We shouldn't be here. And the reason we're the most feared people is because we're the most forgiving people. How could somebody beat you and snatch you and take a knife to our ancestors' stomach, cut the baby out, let the baby hit the rocks and die, and feed them to alligators, and take our brothers to plantations where they buck broke them and did all sorts of things to them, took our wives and our sisters and did surgery on them while they was not even under any type of anesthesia whatsoever. We shouldn't exist. We shouldn't be here. We should be some of the very most hateful people walking around in these Americas, but yet we're some of the most forgiving people. They took an organization, called it Freemasonry, from the school of Egypt, and told you, they told you that if it didn't come from them, then it was not right, that the system that you have is an incorrect system. But yet it was your system. They told you in order to be recognized as such that you had to go through these protocols and procedures. That's what they told you. And it's your system. But yet, because we want to be accepted and loved by others, we give in. We say, okay, if this is what we have to do to be accepted, as this is what we have to go through, I'm willing to go through it. You'd rather do that than deal with your own. America has yet to cash the check that they promised. We have. After they done killed your son. But have you ever seen a white man or woman say that they forgive? I ain't never saying it never happens, but I'm saying, how often do you see it? That they forgive you for something you've done to them that is cruel. Like come and take their family out of their homes and rape them and beat them and come burn down their homes. And have any of them ever said, hey, we're sorry, we apologize? As a matter of fact, let me make it up to you. Have you ever seen that? So tonight we're talking about a slave community. I brought this before once about a year or so ago. I brought this up. But now I'm revisiting this book right here. It says a slave community, plantation life in the South. Annabella South, and it had me thinking. It really got me thinking, man. It put me in some type of mood, I don't know about you Masons and you Eastern Stars. I don't know how often do you want to really stand on a level and act, and I don't know how you want to carry on. I don't know how you can. I don't know how you continue to go back and forth with your brothers and sisters about who's this and who's that. I used to do that. I did. For those of you who know me, yeah, I did that. But I can't do that to myself anymore. I can't do that. You are to fault. I can't do that anymore. To be serious and to be upfront and blunt, I would love to see us have more respect for each other. I would. But that's about it. I'm going to do my part in seeing that I'm going to be the example that I talk about. That's the best I can do. That's it. I'm just going to be the example I talk about. I'm going to allow this thing that I'm part of, Freemasonry, to show not only in the inside, but on the outside. Being the example, each of us, is the best thing we can do for each other. I'm talking to the man in the mirror, you know. Somehow the cycle has to be broken. Somehow we're going to have to deal with each other. We are. You hated just like I'm hated. I get pulled over. I best to be on my best behavior if I want to go home. That's just the truth. Some of us go to work every day and we come back home and it's like, wow, I made it. You know I'm telling the truth. Come on now. Don't be looking at me like I lost my mind. You know I'm telling the truth. You know? The brotherhood and sisterhood of Freemasonry is supposed to bind us. But yet, in some instances, it separates us. And we allow it to happen. We do. And then we want to know why we're in such a predicament as we are. This weekend, I was with one of my Masonic brothers, and he went and purchased a Maserati. Maserati? Yeah, Maserati. And when the car was coming off the truck, and he was like, that's really my car. And he told me, I want to say thank you, Brother Hawkins. And I'm like, thank me? He was like, yeah, you said that I should live life, enjoy life to the fullest. He said, I'm going to live and I'm going to enjoy life. And we all should do that, because there is somebody along the way that has helped each one of us to get to where we are, to where we're at today. Somebody helped us get here. You know, maybe the road was a little rough for you, but you got here. Maybe it was better for me, but I got here. Maybe it was up and down and yo-yo fashion, but they got here. Now what you going to do with the fact that you're here? What you going to do with it? Are you going to continue to allow someone to dictate to you how you should treat your brothers and sisters of the craft, of the order? Or are you going to continue to allow someone to tell you that they're not worthy of a grip? Are you going to continue to allow someone to tell you how to do, when to come, when to go? When are you going to stand up and be the man that you claim, the sister that you claim that you are? When are you going to stop hating on each other? We already hate it. And I learned one thing. Hurt people. Hurt people. They do. They lash out. Hurt people. Hurt people. You know, so I know you was probably expecting something else. But it's just those moods, man. It's when you get into a good book and you read it, it takes you places that you didn't expect to go. It has you thinking a certain way you probably want to think about. Take this for instance. This a few days ago, this week, we were celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King. The whole United States, 80% of the United States celebrating Dr. King. Wow, he's a champion. Wow, he said this, he did this. That man was one of the most hated men in America. Yeah. Thrown in jail, sick dogs on him. They tried to destroy his marriage, his family. They bombed his house. They followed him. They tried to stab him in the chest. They paid a black female to stab him in the chest. They smothered and killed him when he was shot and taken to the hospital. He was hated. But yet here we are celebrating him like he was so loved. Dr. King was not loved. He was hated. Malcolm X was hated. Garvey hated. Come on. Ali hated. Malcolm X hated. Elijah Muhammad hated. Farrakhan hated. Dr. Drew Ali hated. Come on, guys. Now, you want to celebrate Muhammad Ali, feared boxer, refused to go to war and fight against people who never did anything to him. Oh, we love him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hated because he wouldn't talk to the media. Really wouldn't give them the time of day. Hate it. But yet now we celebrate them. They're heroes. It wasn't long ago. 50 years ago, 25 years ago, 30, they was hated. Just saying. You need to take a serious look. You hate it. But you're yet forgiven. Nobody forgives you. Nobody forgives you. Think on that. If you want to call in and have this conversation tonight, 619-985-1184. We're talking about Freemasonry, the most hated. We're talking about those who have blazed trails in this life, in these Americas, the most hated. We're talking about trying to be accepted in a society that doesn't necessarily accept us, the most hated. We're talking about a society that is continuously trying to destroy us, our families, and our community, redlining our community, pumping bad water into our community, pumping drugs into our community. We're talking about that. And where are the Masons in all of this? Where are the Eastern Stars in all of this? What part do we play in this? Some people say, well, we don't play a part. You know, we just part of a fraternal order of Freemasonry. We hold certain secrets, and, you know, we got a grip, a sign, a word, you know, to recognize each other. You know, we don't play no part in this. You don't think so? You really don't think you play a part? You don't think so? You play a part. You play a huge part. Until you realize that you play a part, you will not play a part. Because you don't believe. You don't think that you're worthy enough to play a part. You don't think that you have the ability to play a part. So therefore, if you don't play a part, you're not worthy enough. It's just that simple. We are obligated to each other, not the community. That's true. We are obligated to each other. But where do you live if not in the community? You mean to tell me that you don't care about your neighbor? You mean to tell me if the house catch fire next to you, you're not going to try to put it out or get the people out? Oh, and that's just human nature to care about each other, right? Come on now. I just need somebody to talk back to me, because I think Masonry plays a big part. Let's look at how Masonry has shaped this country. Let's look at how Masonry has the influence in church. Let's look at how church has had influence on Freemasonry. There's so many things that you can take a look at where Freemasonry has had its hands in on it. Freemasonry had its hands in slavery as far as helping people to escape. You may say, well, how is that? Well, you know, they were part of the Underground Railroad. You do know that. I'm just saying. Freemasonry plays a part whether you want it to or not. It does. It plays a part. So you don't think that when those who are Freemasons get elected to office, you don't think that when a brother who's another elected politician comes around who needs a favor, you don't think he extends that favor if he can? You don't think so? You've never seen it happen? Come on now. Yeah, we're obligated to each other. You may say not the community. Oh, but yeah, indeed, we play a very, very crucial part. I need you just to think for a moment. Yeah, that's the deeper meaning. We are the community. I'm just saying, bro. We are. Everybody want to be black till it's time to be black. You're damn right. That is so true. Look at this here. They have a melon peel. A peel that if you want to take it will change you to have this type of skin, to look like this. It's called a melon peel. You can look this up. This is a fact. It's a melon peel that they have. You take it, it makes you look, makes you look good. It gives you this, but it doesn't last long, you know. But just the idea that people can take it, you know, just think for a moment. So I, I'm somewhat of a conspiracy theorist sometimes, and I think about all of the drive-bys and the killings that happens across the United States, especially in Chicago. You hear so much about Chicago, New York. You hear a lot of that. It's hard for me to believe that they never are able to catch the person who do the drive-by. It's hard. With all the cameras on all the different buildings, on all of the signal lights and the lamp posts, and you mean to tell me you don't see a speeding car speeding away, and you can zoom in on that tag, or you can't. It's just hard. I mean, I don't get it sometimes. So if you want to call in, I'm going to give you the number again, 619-985-1184. You can call in and get on the conversation tonight. We're talking about the most hated and how does Freemasonry play a part in our communities. Why are we so hated? And I say that with like, damn, I just need for some of you just to think for a moment. Don't be afraid to think, outside of the boundaries that people put you in. People like to put us in boxes. Have you ever been at work and two or three of you begin to talk and people look at you three like something is wrong? You ever been in that situation? I'm just asking a serious question. Have you ever been on your job and two or three of you are like chatting up, you like talking, and somebody walk by and ask you, is everything okay? Are you guys all right? Huh? Am I the only one? I mean, come on now. Talk to me. Why do you think they do that? Why do that? Why are we the only group of people that if we decide to hang out on the corner, have a good time, fellowship, hey brother, what's up, man? Give some dap. Why we got to be looked upon and frowned upon? Why we got to be hated because we want to just hang out just for a minute and socialize with our own and just love on us? Why people want to, what they doing? Why they hanging on the corner? But when other people decide to want to hang out and play chess, go to the park, play chess and do those things. Oh, look at that. But we can't do the same thing. Something got to be going on. Let's go over there and see what's happening with them. There's too many of them over there. Come on now. You could talk back to me. It's really okay. It's really all right. And how do we play a part in this? How are we able to, or what is it that we can do to be the best example? Because even when we're the best example, they still take your life. I used to be, hey, bro, why don't you pull your pants up, man, straighten yourself up. That used to be me, and, stand straight up, hold your head up, act like somebody, be somebody, trying to help a brother, give him some good pointers. But even when you're the best, you got your suit on, you got your hat on your head, you got your shoes laced up and they shining, looking good. Even when you're the best, they still sick dogs on us. Even when we say yes sir, no sir, still put dogs on us. Hated us, still hate us. And some may say, well, brother, why are you dragging on that? Why sometimes you have to pause. We really have to pause and kind of pump your brakes a little bit, just to look in the rearview mirror and kind of get a glance, what's behind you and where you're going. Sometimes you have to do that. Hashtag satellite can zoom in on all big brother's government that is not watching. They are spying. You're damn right. But it's difficult to catch a drive-by shooter. Someone who's just blasting into a crowd and killed 10 over here, 15 over there. Oh, how did he look? He was African American, 6'3", 150 pounds, six, whatever. He ran that way. Don't you know they have a black body suit or a black mask? And let me tell you about this black mask they have. It covers all of your whole being, all the way to your shoulders, okay? All the way to your shoulders. And if I had a long sleeve shirt on, and if I had my hands covered, you couldn't tell if I was white or black, Filipino, you couldn't tell. So I'm sort of a skeptic when it comes to, oh, well, there was 18 killed in a drive-by shooting in Chicago. Where are all the body parts going? Somebody talk to me, because a lot of our sisters are missing. We got people missing. Huh? Snatched off the streets, never to be seen again. I mean, I know this may be a little off the topic for some of you tonight, but it's a fact. This is some real things that's happening. And Freemasonry, we don't talk about that, because, as the brother said, we're obligated to each other. I'm just using that as a backdrop. We're not supposed to be involved. Bullshit. We've always been involved. We have always been involved. There's nothing in this country that has ever happened in this country that Freemasonry has not been involved in. Period. Not one thing. Not the Civil War, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, none of them. We've always had our hands in it. Some of you may say, well, how is that? Do you have to ask? We've always had our hands in it. Freemasonry has had his hands in everything that has ever come through this country. Be it if it's one individuals or group of individuals, but Freemasons, the people, the individuals, have always had their hands in it. I'm not talking about a Grand Lodge or from that point of view. I'm talking about members who are Freemasons who have always had their hands in America's activity, period. And if they took the lessons that are taught in Freemasonry and applied them to their life and to their jobs, maybe things wouldn't be where they at. I'm just saying, just maybe. But we are where we're at. Hated, disliked, scorned, frowned upon. We are. Oh yeah, the book, the ISIS paper, I have that book. That book ain't for everybody. It's not. Many of us were lynched in three-piece suits as well. Yeah, for real. So today's topic, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the most hated. Why are we the most hated? Most feared, most envied people on the planet. We are. And how does Masonry and the Eastern Star play a part in it? How does that affect us? And it does. You mean, well, how does that, brother? Come on, man. Talk. How does that affect us? The reason it affects us is because we have had our hands in everything also. Black Masons. We have. Whether it be fighting against Jim Crow laws, whether it be trying to segregate schools, whether it be fighting in the wars, whether it be whatever. We have been there also. We have used Freemasonry abroad. We have used it here in the United States. So we've been there also. There were times that even in the South, when we needed each other, as Masons, we played a part in that, in protecting the community. We did. And it wasn't about your affiliation. It had, at that time, people didn't give, well, we talked about it, but damn it, when it came down to it, we was on code. That's the truth. When it came down to it, at that time, we were on code. Now, maybe, yeah, there was some frictions, yeah, yada, yada, but when it came down to it, your ass can be lynched too. That's the truth. And we was on code. I don't know necessarily what has happened over the past some odd years to where we can't seem to be on code or to give each other the needed respect when we are amongst those who really don't care for us. So we still don't get ahead. We still find ourselves in the same situation. Have we made any real serious progress since those days when we was really into government? Have we really made any real, how many black senators and congressmen do we really have? Have we really made any gain? Or did we all lose it? Thrown it away? You know? Just take a moment and just think for a second. Because for the last 20 years, we as black families has failed our children as a whole. Continuing in instilling morals and values, discipline, family, prayer. You get it. Yeah, I got it. A man without knowledge of himself is like a tree without roots. That is true. That is true. You know, someone selling organs just saying, you damn right they selling organs. There ain't no just saying in that. We know. This is why it's important, brothers of the craft, sisters of the order, that we have to watch out, not only for each other, but for those of us who are around us. We do. I'm going to tell you, I know the brother said that we're obligated to each other, which I do agree with. But I'm obligated not only to my sister or to my brother of the craft and sisters of the order, but I'm obligated to mankind. And when I say mankind, okay? I'm obligated that way. I am. Can't speak for you. So when I see oncoming danger, I'm going to tell the brother, look, you really don't want to go down that street. But if you choose to, it's on you, but you really shouldn't go down that street. That's me. Still, don't. What happened to the high school kid body parts who was found wrapped up in a gym mat? Hey, we all know what happened. We just don't know who got the parts. That's all that is. We know they're missing. We know they were sold. We just don't know who got the parts. Why do you think when they do drive-by shootings and they take the family members to the morgue and the family go and look at and their parts are missing? Come on. This is why it's important that we must watch out for each other in the communities. It's very important that we play a part and don't just get so caught up in my lodge meetings. It's important that we as Masons play a vital part in our community. You know, to do a walk by. If you know Mr. Jones down the hallway, you go knock on your neighbor's door. We can't be afraid of people who look like us, but we're terrified. We are. Some of us are terrified. I ain't no. It's okay to speak to your brother, to your sister. Hey, man, how you doing? It's okay. And even if they don't speak back, just the mere fact that you recognize that, hey, bro, how you doing? It's okay. It's really okay. It's really all right. You know, we have to consider that sometimes. Instead of us hating on each other, you know, because, oh, I'm mad at him because he didn't speak to me. It's okay. Maybe he's having a bad day. And if he's always having a bad day, it's okay. Be the example. Show him what it's like to come up a little bit. Show him what it's like to become successful and to have the family, to have the marriage, to have these things that somebody else may desire that looks like you. Show them what it's like and show them the hard work, if they put it in, that they can be successful also. It's really okay. It's okay to go to schools and talk to kids about your job and what you do, how successful you are, and how did you get there. It's really okay to go volunteer your time at your neighborhood school where you know black kids don't see black doctors, black lawyers. They see basketball players. They see football players. They may see some soccer players if you're in California. They may see this and that, but they need to see other than entertainers. They need to see hardworking fathers who have that 9-to-5 job, but they're a banker. They need to understand finances. They need to see what it is as far as a nurse is concerned, a black nurse, okay, or maybe somebody who works in phlebotomy, or maybe a black lawyer. They need to see something other than. And if you are in those professions, it's okay to go to the schools and to be around kids and to show them and to lecture to them and to talk to them and to listen to them. It's really okay. If we're going to change the game, it's really okay. Today, my grandmaster myself went and bought fruits and some other items and took it to a school, local school here, and put it into their pantry. The school has a pantry for the kids with clothes and shoes and backpacks and things like that. And what they do with this pantry is that if they know that this is a homeless kid, they will pack his backpack with food. If they know that this kid's family is having a hard time to eat, they would give him 2 backpacks, one with both backpacks with food, and take it home to his family. We have to start investing in our kids because they are our kids. Hell, when I get old, I'm probably going to end up somewhere, and I'm hoping that that person that looks after me and I'm in my right mind really see a sincere person. You know, I work at a hospital. Let me tell you, you know, it ain't all peaches and cream. I'm just saying. So we got to start looking at it for what it is. Our light is envy and forgotten. Children of the adversary, power is life, and sustained wisdom is blind. Malcolm Prophet, how you doing? Illuminating light, how you doing? Melanin is found in all people, shaking my head, but more so in blacks. Yeah, I agree. He said shaking my head. Yes. I don't know if that's for me or not. Hold on. Hello? Who you want to speak to? Could you call back in about 20 minutes? Is that possible? Okay, who's calling? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, just give her a call back in about 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I still have a real phone. I still have a phone, man. I still have it. You know, and I'm back here. The wife is up top. I got to get that. But anyway, so, you know, those are some of the things we have to start investing. We have to start investing in our kids, spending time with them, you know? No, he wasn't. His dad and granddad was. I lost that. I lost that conversation. We represent an organization that is supposed to break down barriers in our community But I don't experience those decisions in our meetings. So how do we present these concerns to our chapter? Look, I'll tell you this. To the sisters of the orders, brothers of the craft, if you're going to be involved with your community without the assistance of your lodge or your chapter, here's what you do. There's nothing saying that you can't have brothers to visit your home or come to your wherever you live and have these conversations. It's nowhere says in any Masonic rituals, or I would say in my jurisdiction, there's nothing said that we can't invite each other to our homes and have this conversation about how are we going to effectively affect our community and be involved. There's nothing saying that we can't. Nothing. You know, now in your lodge, it says that you can't talk about politics and religion. That's fine. However, if I invite John and Pookie and Ray and Mick, whatever to come to the house, and we're going to have a topic and conversation piece in regards to how we're able to come and effectively affect the community for which we live. I'm not saying you can't do that. As a matter of fact, it's being done, but it's not being done by you. Catch that on the way home. It's being done that way, but it's not being done that way by you. It's not. Globally, no. A lot of people are just finding out that Black America is having the same issues the European blacks. Our issues are worldwide, not just in America. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The same issues that we have here in this country, on this block of land, it's the same issues that they have all around the world. The colonizers do colonize very well. And there's different kinds of melon. Yeah, look, let me have this, let me say this here. Yes, there is different kinds of melon, but there's nothing like the melon that I have. Correct me if I'm wrong. From what I've read, enlighten me, point me a way to where I can find something else that's going to say something a little different than what I've already have. I don't mind that. But from what I got, from what I've read so far, there's nothing like the melon that I have. And you're right, there's different melons, but nothing like the melon that I have. Now I'm saying, correct me if I'm wrong, point me in another direction. So Brother Hawkins, this may be a good book for you to read. And I'll do that. I don't mind. It's never that serious. The devil hates God. And the black man is the atheistic black man. Look, Spirit Doc, as far as that devil is concerned, I got to start with the man in the mirror. Because hurt people, and that devil thing is the one we got to fight with every day. Every day. But I do like what you said, though. I do like that. But check this out. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get ready to go in just a few minutes. There's going to be a new YouTube channel coming up, and it's going to be hosted by Sister Jeffrey. I can't think of her name. She's a member of the Other Eastern Star of Florida. She sometime comes on this channel. She's going to be opening up her own channel dealing with the Eastern Stars. And I'm really excited for her taking on this big project, this step. And this is for the Eastern Star. So, you know, it's something I'm going to tune into and I'm going to support it. As soon as she kind of work out the kinks and get things going, I'm definitely looking forward to helping her in any way possible. She's going to deal with the Eastern Star. And I believe from what I know of her and about her, she's well equipped to handle and talk about whatever you want to talk about in the Eastern Star Works. And also, my Grand Master, he's going to go ahead and do his own YouTube channel dealing with Grand Master's issues. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm happy for him. I told him, look, man, go do it. You're a Grand Master. And you deal with issues that a lot of brothers who are just Masons don't see coming. They don't. So you have to put the fire out before it even reaches the craft. So you have to deal with situations before you get phone calls at night that the craft know nothing about because a brother or a sister may have found themselves in predicaments and may need some assistance, they give you the call, Grandmaster. You need to talk about those things. Wishful Masters, I don't know about you, but I remember when I was a Wishful Master, those things did happen. They happened, you know. So just to give a quick shout out to some of the new YouTube channels that's going to be popping up, and hopefully I can have them on the show before they open their channel and have that conversation about what's going on. So we're going to get back to the topic. Just wanted to put that in there. They need to see that it's still light at the end of the tunnel. I likes that. Likes that. True soul, what's happening with you? I think as a black Masons, every black man, woman, and child should be entitled to their true history. But they know true black history is self. It's Masonic. Every other people gets their history but ours. That's true. Anytime you're denied to have an African American history or study in school, something got to be wrong with that. Anytime they borrow books from prisoners about black history in the prisons, something is wrong with that. Why is it that we're the only people that people hate and they don't want us to read about ourselves? Why is that? You know, how is it? You know, and like I said earlier, in regards to some of the civil rights leaders who are gone, they was hated. Medgar Evers was hated. King hated. You know, so when you look at these icons that are gone and we celebrate their life like they really was loved, they were not loved. They were hated. That's why they killed them. They're dead because people hated them. Period. Let's not just sugarcoat it. You know? Learn from you, sir. You know? So tonight's topic is the most hated. And the most hated is you. You got to stop hating yourself. We have to break that cycle. If we don't do it, y'all keep waiting on Jesus. That's all. Keep waiting on Jesus. Keep waiting. Keep praying. Keep waiting. And as long as you pray and wait, ain't nothing going to happen. Nothing is going to get done because you keep praying, you keep waiting, you keep standing, you stand on your knees, you're crying every night, you don't do nothing, you don't get up. You keep that up and you'll see you'll be in the same situation you're in the next 100 years because you're still waiting on Jesus. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. You saw what they did. They gave you the Bible and they took the land and the gold and the oil. You think they wait? They got their heaven right now. And you still waiting. You keep waiting. No. I'm not waiting. This is why it's important to stop spending your money on Christmas and started buying stocks and started to buy other things that's going to bring your grandkids up or bring your kids up. So when you leave this rock, you can leave them some wealth. So when they leave, they can leave wealth. It's called generational wealth. Get them out of the hole, out of the situation that they're in. Stop selling your parents' home when they pass away. Stop giving your pearls to the swine and then wonder why you ain't got stuff or nothing. You know, stop being mad at somebody else because they thinking wisely and you still on some other stuff. Or why he got a 5-bedroom house. He ain't nobody but him and his wife. Come on, guys. When you stop hating on yourself, on your brother, when you stop hating like that and started loving on each other, the game changes. It really does. The game really changes. That's the truth. The game changes. The game changes. They want to know what we know, how we mapped out them skies and built those things and knew all that science. Oh, for sure. For sure. centralizing our money and making changes. Oh yeah. Look, there's a lot that is happening around us that going to be affecting us, you know. We don't and here's the thing. We don't affect anything that black people do. We don't affect nobody. Everybody builds on what we already do. They take what we have already done and make it theirs. If you think I'm lying, take a pause and just begin to just look at what other organizations have done with the civil rights movement, how they benefit from the movement, how they use the movement to get what they want. We can't do that. We can't. And when we try, we get kicked down. You know? We do. Will you post your information once here? Yes, I will post the information once her channel is up. I want to have her to come on and talk about her channel before she really launches it, so other people can go and watch and listen to her and see what she has to say. She's a very intelligent young lady, very beautiful person, and I'm wishing her the best. I'm going to support her channel. She is a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star who needs our support and has information that she would like to share. And, you know, she's pretty deep. I've had conversations with her before, and Sister Jennifer, she can roll with the best. You know, she can. I'm aware one is released from the penal. Look, Brandon Lewis, you know as well as I know. Them books that we have shared, we've talked about, that once you read something, you can't unread it. Once you have researched something and found out, you can't unresearch, you cannot undo it. It's a done deal, it's a wrap. Now, some of us can't handle that. Once we get it, we go like, damn, you know, I can't talk to everybody. Really and truly, to be open and bluntly, I can't. I just can't. There are some brothers in my lodge I cannot talk to on certain about certain topics and certain levels. I can't because they're not ready. And I don't want to have them feeling a certain way. So out of respect, I just will not have certain conversations with them. I won't do it. There are brothers on this channel I just won't have certain conversations with because no, I'm not going to do that. Nope. There's a few people, and you know who you are, where we can really get down and have great conversations and dialogue about things that other people will find pretty strange. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Black history is really world history. It is, but for some of us, we only take out 29, 28 days a year to consider it. Oh, happy, Black History Month. No. Black History Month is every month. I'm black 24 hours a day, every day. And I'm making history every day. You are making history every day. We are the only people that gets a month to celebrate its history. What type of shit is that? What type of stuff is that? 1 month a year you get to celebrate who you are. Celebrate every day. Be proud every day about who you are. What you have accomplished. What you can help somebody else to accomplish. What you have done. Celebrate it every day. Not just one day. Let nobody tell you that. People only hate what they can't control. Well, I must agree. People do hate what they can't control. They do. This is why I said earlier that we should be destroyed. We should, as a people. When I say destroy, we shouldn't be here. But we're here. We are in different shades, different melon types. We're here. I'm just saying we're here. Period. Black Nation should teach all Black History Month. Oh, Malcolm Prophet. Faith without works is dead. Absolutely. That's why a lot of people are dead walking around talking about, I help me. You're dead. You because you still praying. Keep praying. Stay on your knees and keep praying. Keep looking for Jesus. Keep looking. Yeah, you keep that. While I'm trying to catch up. Whether it's dark or brown doesn't make that much of a difference. Some have more than others, but its potential is the same. Life is a reflection. You get back what you give to the universe. Look, I'm going to agree to disagree with that. You know, Heinz, where you said life is a reflection, you get back what you give to the universe. If only want, the universe will take. Oh man, that's a tough one, Heinz. Bruh, ooh wee. That's a good show topic. That's a good show topic right there. So look, I'm gonna get ready. Stop trolling, Spirit Dot. Oh man, I ain't trolling. I'm hurting. Oh wow. Yeah, some of us do hate. Some of us act like we scared of being black. I'm just trying to catch up with some of the stuff here. Oh, referring to medication, meditation and prayer. Okay, all right, got you. All right, so look, I'm gonna get ready to go. Um, and I hope everybody has enjoyed what I've had to share with them. And I pray that you take what I've shared with you, put that into action, take some of the things that you want to happen, put it into action, and watch and see the seeds that you plant and watch them grow. And before I get out of here tonight, there's one more thing I want to share with you that's kind of funny to me. The next show that we do is going to be on the initiation of a minister. The next show we do is going to be on the initiation of a minister because they are initiated differently than the average person. So we're going to do that show. A brother gave me a call the other night and we was up late and we talked about how a minister is initiated versus the common person. And we had a good conversation. So he asked me, he said, Brother Hawkins, that would make a good show if you can talk about the differences in initiation of a clergy person and one a common person or one who's seeking to become a Mason. And I'm like, yeah, that will be interesting. That would be interesting. So with that being said, I appreciate each of you. And please, before I log off tonight, I hope that you gave somebody in your lodge, somebody in your chapter, somebody a shout out, your lodge a shout out, someone who's helped you along the way. Let's not forget those people. Let's make sure we give our ancestors, hey, just give them a love, man. Let's just share what we got and just put it out there in the universe and just watch it flourish and grow. So, wherever you at, just put that out there. Very important topic. I read a couple of days ago. Someone said blacks can't be Masons. Oh my. Oh, that's what you read that at. You need to start a Prodigy page, really Patriot page, so we can support you and your channel, brother. Oh, hey man, you know what? Somebody else said that. I may consider doing that. I don't know much about how to do it, so I have to do some research. And if you want to help me to do that, I appreciate any help I can get in trying to push forth information and to really transcend this thing we call Freemasonry from where it's at and take it somewhere else. And stop allowing people to dictate to us how we should practice Masonry and use it to better our community. When we're able to do that, we'll be much better off for it. That's no joke. When we're able to take and do and create our own system the way we want it to work for us, because this is what they did, man, we'll be so much better off. Be so much better off. So, with that being said, I appreciate you. And hey, you know what? If I should ever cross your path, maybe one day we'll have some juice. So, until then, and to all my brothers of the craft and sisters of the order, whatever you do, wherever you're at, always keep your light on and stay out the bushes. Peace and love to you and your family. I'm out.